The campaign season is here, and your vote can make a difference. Comcast brings you the candidates on demand right now.
Hello, and thank you for joining us. I'm Joe Basicchia, and you are watching a special edition of Comcast Newsmakers. It's called Candidates on Demand. And this hour's newsmaker is Derek DeMarco. He's the Libertarian candidate for Assembly in the 40th Legislative District. We're going to talk about his campaign. Good to see you.
Hello, Joe. Thanks for inviting me.
It's good to have you here. When we talk about the 40th, what does that comprise?
It comprises of actually 3 counties, Bergen, Passaic, and Essex. 5 towns are in Bergen, 4 in Passaic, and 2 are in Essex.
As a Libertarian, what do you bring to the table in Trenton serving that district?
Well, there are a lot of important issues within the district, and I bring a third-party view. I believe mostly in private property rights, freedom, and low tax is something that Trenton, seems to be a phenomenon with. I just believe that we need new views. The two-party system really seems to seems to be working against the people.
Let's see how that would play out, say, in the environment. The Highlands Act, how would that play off in terms of a libertarian approach?
Well, libertarians believe strongly in property rights, and this seems to be a giant violation of property rights, and it's going to be a huge burden on the state. It's going to raise taxes just to keep up and maintain the Highlands. You could see there's been billions of dollars in devaluation. Land has become useless, and there are people suffering. And with possible eminent domain abuse, it's going to be really a havoc on personal property.
Is this something you're running your campaign on? You'd like to do some changes in regard to
Yes, this is a very big campaign. There's actually an interesting newspaper article in Booton about how they couldn't expand the fire department because of the Highlands Act. So they're putting people's safety in danger for this act, which just seems to be going nowhere.
As you go door to door in the 40th, I would imagine, as it is in the other 39 districts, you're hearing a lot about property taxes, aren't you?
Yes, property taxes are very, very important. It seems that this rebate is just a scheme in Trenton just to keep people from really focusing on the issue. We really need to focus on the employees in Trenton, and we need to have a hiring freeze. That would be the first priority. We need to do low property taxes and just mostly make tough cuts. It seems that Trenton doesn't want to make tough cuts, just want to keep increasing taxes and just so they could get reelected. It's really interesting.
So you're saying spending is the key, and almost you're saying, if I'm hearing you right, if we could do less spending, if we could have less, it actually turns out to be more for us, especially as a gain in property taxes.
Yes, it would actually help boost the local economy. It seems that the Trenton is taking money out of the economy and spending for its own political gain instead of the local people just putting the money into their economy and local communities.
Let's talk, though, about spending and how important, though, it is because you're going to still want to do things. For example, you are high, as I look into your campaign, regarding environmental issues. How can you still achieve that and make it a win-win?
Well, some of the good things they've done in Trenton is had ballot initiatives to allocate portions of the budget to certain things. With the environment, we have a lot of toxic chemicals in our communities. There's been a lot of talk about the schools in Paramus, and we have in northern New Jersey over 120 cap sites, which contains heavy metals, carcinogens, that the state deemed cheaper to just cover over with some cement, asphalt, and dirt, and build schools on it and build anything so they could increase development. And I believe we should remove these chemicals because in the future the state's going to be sued for a variety of things. Going to have seepage from these chemicals and toxins into the water system, which is a big part of the Highlands Act. And I live in Wayne, and we just got rid of thorium, a radioactive material, which took decades to remove from our community. I only live about 2 miles from it, and I was glad to see it go, but it was a nightmare to try and get it out of our community.
Your advice, especially as a libertarian, as the people get ready to vote on Election Day, November 6th, what do you hope they do?
I hope they focus on the issues. With the state shutdown last year, because of spending and the budget, hopefully people realize that, increasing the sales tax is not a way to get the state out of a financial burden. I think we need to make tough cuts, and just increasing taxes really isn't going to help anything.
Public servant, what's it mean to you?
I believe it's very important. I believe it's be an honor to serve people of the 40th district, and mostly just be glad to do and just really want to make changes in Trenton.
Thanks for being with us.
Thank you very much, Joe.
This hour's newsmaker has been Derek DeMarco. He's the Libertarian candidate for the Assembly in the 40th Legislative District, and this has been a special edition of Comcast Newsmakers Candidates on Demand, and you can see it only here on Comcast Cable, and you can see all the candidates when it best suits your schedule. Go to the Get Local section of Comcast Digital's on-demand service, October 15th, right through Election Day.